Oh, okay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Sorry about the noise. I'm trying to adjust the microphone. All right, let me see. You know what? Let me make sure this microphone is loud enough so you guys can hear me. Looks like the volume is a little low, the input that is. So let me check it. And I'm going to turn it up just a bit. Oh no, it looks okay. All right. All right. Never mind. All right. Let's see here. Okay. There we go. Perfection. Oh wow, that looks so much better. I don't know what I did, but okay. So hello, Black Queen, W. Ed, Patricia Smith, Jenny H, Marilyn McLeod, Veronica Quick. You know, I wanted to say Marilyn McCoo. I'm sorry, Marilyn McCoo, so bad, but that just shows that I am a baby boomer. Okay. Veronica Quick. Hello to C Mac, Ma Jones, Connie Balmer. Hi, Connie Balmer. Marcy Foreman, Angela Thomas, Denise Jones, Bate. Let me see. And Karen, Mary H, C Mac, Gladys Gold, Lady Bird. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad we worked that out. Thank you for being persistent enough to make sure that your voice will be heard. Let me see here. Sean. He sure is the worst, I promise you. Okay, Nakia Loves, Cookies and Cream, Kids and Door, I think I said that. Joy Amore, J. Mack, Maureen Reed. I think I'm repeating myself now. Joanna Smith. No, I'm sorry, Rosanna Smith. 1960. Okay, Dolores Williams. Oh, and by the way, Connie Balmer, I am so sorry I'm keeping you up late, but I really, really do appreciate you being here. That means a lot to me. Okay, so I'm scrolling all the way back to the start to make sure that um are you talking about that situation with Liz Truss where they said which will last longer, Liz Truss or a head of lettuce? Well, I think we got the answer. Um, okay, Marcy Foreman has a super chat and says, "Hi, Baron. You are my family. Love squatties." Thank you so much, Marcy Foreman. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for the super chat. And Miss Kathy, you have had 6 months of membership. Congratulations and thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so now mind you, that showed up on my other screen, which fortunately, as you guys know, some of us that use StreamYard do not see that 6 months or you know what I mean, the anniversary or well, the when it's okay, that's not anniversary, but we don't see when it mentions that on the regular screen. So, but for the fact I am like I got another screen going, I wouldn't have seen that. So I know some of you guys are wondering how come mine is not mentioned. It is not on purpose. It's just that if you don't have two screens going, like a regular YouTube screen, you may not see it. So that is how that happens. Hello, Miranda Rios. Okay, Betty Glenn. Hello. Okay, Elaine Parker is here. All right, Nash Singby, Lynette Roberts, hello. Okay, a whole bunch of people got memberships here today. Thank you so much for your memberships. Okay, let's get to it. Um, well, you guys, as you know, from time to time, I spend time with my aunt, and my aunt was here today, and it took much longer than I expected to get on the channel today. So but I will tell her that you all said hello because I know you did in advance. You guys have said hello, but yes, it was a nice visit. And also, if you guys remember, Nathan, who interviewed me that time for Royal Sussex, he's also here. So, kind of a full house for me today. Very good visit through and through. So, I'm so glad for that. It is good to have family, isn't it? Connie Balmer, let's mend a quarrel, search a forgotten friend, and take up arms against malice. Oh my God, I love that, Connie Balmer. You know what? I am going to save that quote so that I can use it again later. Thou art wise as thou art fair. Well, how do they say that? Thou art wise as thou art fair. In that very old Elizabethan English. I don't know why I'm trying to speak Elizabethan English because I'm not doing so well with modern day contemporary English. So I got a nerve, don't I? Hello, Judy Rigo. By the way, Connie Balmer, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for being a member. And always, thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. I've been listening. Before okay, I've been listening to before that interview. Oh, Navi, you've been listening to me before that interview. Thank you so much. Wasn't that fun? And you know what? I tried to. I'm going in full disclosure mode right here. I tried to interfere with asking, well, not asking, but giving him some ideas of what questions to ask me, and he kind of put his hand up. He's like, "Ah, I got this." So I was very, very impressed with the way that he, I wouldn't say grilled me, but he asked some very relevant questions, and it was a lot of fun. So hopefully we can do that again, but probably not this visit. Okay, but thanks you for saying that, Novi. I appreciate that. Okay, who else is here? Karen, Reva Henderson, Judy Rico. Did I say hi? And of course, um, Anastasia Isabella. You guys, Anastasia is quite the warrior for Royal Sussex. I don't know if you guys have heard this before, but I remember Anastasia. She used to alert me to a lot of the trolls, and I'm like, uh-huh. And without even asking, I'm just like, guess who's the new sheriff in town? Without even asking is Anastasia for permission, I just ended up throwing the wrench in her hand, and she has been helping out ever since. So I appreciate that, as well as Black Queen, who volunteered to be a moderator on Royal Sussex, and Sean, among others. So thank you all so much for that. All right. Oh, Victoria Fabre, hello to you. Welcome. This is the first time I've seen your name. Thank you for being here. All right. And who else do we have here? Okay. So let me get started because I know it's late for some of you guys in another time zone. And I do thank you for the patience. I am so. Oh, before I do that, remember it is October. And if it's October, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That word that at one time we dare not say on television, along with other words like references to toilets or many other of those provincial things that is so common nowadays. But nowadays, we can discuss these things openly. And so, one of the things that has come along in time is the fact that we can talk about certain diseases that before was something that you would only discuss with your doctor or whatever. So, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And because things are more liberal these days, we can have that discussion. Actually, you can have that discussion with a friend or family or your doctor, or there are many places that you could go that will be looking for, I guess, volunteers, whatever it takes. I know there's a lot of walkathons and um, I guess, fundraising drives or whatever. So get involved with that stuff. I just want to remind you guys because it is still something that has affected so many lives. It has happened in my family. And one of my best heroes, my grandmother, who was the first person to hand me my wings so that I could travel and see the world. That was my grandmother who traveled even after her fight with breast cancer started. So that is just one of those things that I will never forget. So um, I guess this time of year is a good time not only to make yourself aware of it, but for me to remind me of what a great grandma I had. So, anyway, thank you so much for being here, everybody. And let's get into this. Oh, Judi, Judi, what are you doing? Judi Dench has written a letter to the Times calling on Netflix to insert a disclaimer on the Crown to say it's a fictionalized drama. This, she writes, would be a mark of respect for the Queen and help preserve the streamer's reputation in the UK. I think Netflix is doing just fine in the UK. As a matter of fact, the sales of subscriptions to Netflix is substantially higher than it was just this time last month. Um, Judi Dench is a well-respected actress, um, and as such, I really do hate that she's getting involved in this. And it makes one wonder. Oh, hey, official Lauren Brown, glad you're here. It makes one wonder why she would involve herself in something like this. And I can't help but wonder, where does this come from? Is it because she's Dame Judi Dench? You know, guys, one of the people that I respect so much in the Sussex Squad community is Petal, because Petal has brought to the fore something that I never really paid attention to. And you guys, most of you guys know Petal from Facts and Two Cents. Brilliant. I love Petal's work. And Petal occasionally will just mention certain things that um, has been right there so obviously in front of everyone. And yet it is so, I guess, easily looked over because we have become so desensitized to so many things that are happening around us because of the numbing effect of mass media. Mass media presents so much stuff so often and so many variations of story. It is hard to know what is real, imagined, or just a flat out lie. But Petal has reminded us about the OBE and the MBEs and all the other titles that are given to civilians or, public figures. And I didn't really think about it before that, but Petal said it was like a way to ensure loyalty to the crown. And so ever since that conversation, I was just like, wow. I mean, it just blew my mind. I never thought about that. And so once you are gifted this, I guess, medal or award, then for the crown, that is a gift of loyalty. And for you, you get a chance to, you know, uh, conduct yourself as though your status has been elevated. It puts a little extra credentials to your already inflated resume. And I just didn't think about that, but it made so much sense. And I can understand why it is so important to so many people. Now, there are some people who have truly earned their position. Like, for instance, Val Demings. I mean, she has been in law enforcement for a long time. So when she holds up her badge, a badge that says that she has worked hard for the common good of the community to maintain the peace, to arrest the bad guys, I am more apt to have a great deal more respect for someone like Val Demings. Or how about Christian Amanpour? She has worked very hard, and I do believe she has an OBE. And as much as I love the fact that she has been the recipient of so much acknowledgement and rewards and such, um, first and foremost, she's just a really darn good um, journalist, just as Judi Dench is a very, very highly decorated and very good, just a good person all around. As a matter of fact, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. She is so good to people that she has decided that and defend she would stand up and defend her friends, in the royal family because of the up and coming season of The Crown. Here's someone, John Oliver. I mentioned that just the other day. He turned down his OBE. And this very crudely made slide that I put together, Stephen Hawkins turned down one, David Bowie, at least one or two of no, just one. I think it was John Lennon of the Beatles. He returned his. He accepted it, and then he returned it. He realized, oh my goodness, what am I doing? It was something to do with um, military interventions or aggression, if you will, in Africa. That was the reason he cited in a letter that he wrote upon returning his award to the Buckingham Palace. So it's very rare that people actually turn them down. Well, should I say return them? But it is not so rare that people turn them down. This happens all the time, but the actual count, nobody knows because, as John Oliver pointed out, they ask you not to talk about it. And John Oliver was like, "Are you kidding me? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell everybody who'll listen." Now, his wife was cross with him because when he was offered the award, she, like so many other people, he was just she was looking forward to going to Buckingham Palace, and he had to explain to her about this awful class system, and he just decided he didn't want to be a part of it. Now, as far as street creds are concerned, I mean, his status went up in my book tenfold. I'm just so impressed with someone that I was already very impressed with is the fact that he uses his humor to point out some of the grave injustices and misunderstandings in society is truly admirable, and I greatly appreciate the work that he's doing. So, um, you know, three cheers for John Oliver, and to publicly remind people not once, but at least twice that I know of. One time, of course, after the Queen's death, he said again, I turned it down. So good on him. All right. So, but you know what? I cannot help but wonder what the Queen's reaction is to something like that. I mean, when the Queen would find out that that happened, um, one must wonder exactly how did that register in the royal household? How did the courtiers explain it to her? How did she take it? I mean, it's just like um, you're offered, and of course, the royal family always makes it seem they love this idea that they are giving you something. So maybe the queen's reaction was a bit like this. What do you think, Sean? I think that would be a typical reaction for the queen, and then they could use that photo for like every other hate channel thumbnail. That would make sense. That I would believe is that would be the Queen's reaction to someone returning those chocolate medals. But of course, other reactions from people who have turned them down, of course, when the palace offers those medals, they usually have a reaction of their own.
Nobody got time for that.
Uh, Her Majesty the Queen would like to award you with an OBE.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
How about an MBE?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
How about the Order of the Garter?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay, so all right, we will call you back tomorrow. At least that's what John Oliver said, is that when he turned it down the first time, the next day, the guy called him back again and then asked him, okay, tell you what, please don't mention this to anyone. And of course, John Oliver's reaction was, I'm telling everybody. Hello, Joan Garcia. I'm so glad you're here. But yeah, that was his reaction. Okay, so let me see here. Let me get back to Judi. So Judi has made some friends, and so to protect her friends, she decided to, I guess, is this an open letter? So John Majors is not alone in his concerns that the latest series of The Crown will present an inaccurate and hurtful account of their history. Indeed, the closer that is, the drama comes to our present times, the more freely it seems willing to blur the lines between historical accuracy and crude sensationalism. Well, if that doesn't sound like, I guess, one of the tabloids, right? That pretty much sounds like one of the tabloids, if you ask me. Blurred lines and inaccuracies. I'm trying to figure out where is the shocking part of this. I mean, all you need to do is think about the Daily Fail. How's that for blurred lines and inaccuracies? They seem to have an abundance of them. So please tell me, why is this an issue? It seems like even one of the, or actually one of, what am I saying? So many of the tabloid news, so much of Fleet Street takes liberties that they ought not take, but they do it anyway. And of course, what would you expect when one of those tabloids is owned by Lord Nappyhead? So anyway, while many will recognize The Crown for its brilliant but fictionalized accounts of events that it is, I fear that a significant number of viewers, particularly overseas, in other words, those dumb Americans, that's what they're trying not to say, but those dumb Americans, those gullible, naive, all shucks, howdy Americans, may take this version of history as being wholly true. Given some of the wondering, I'm sorry, I'm okay. I hate the black background. Sorry about that. Given some of the woundings, wounding suggestions apparently contained in the news series that King Charles plotted for his mother to abdicate, for example, or once suggested his mother's parenting was so deficient that she might have deserved a jail sentence. Now, see, this black background is hurting my eyes. Oh God, this hurts. I don't think about it until actually when I put the slides up. This is both cruelly unjust to the individuals and damaging to the institution they represent. No one is a greater believer. Oh, let me pull that down. Oh my God, I'm gonna skip past this. Blah 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 blah. Judi Dench. That black background has my eyes burning. So there is Judi Dench, and of course, if you take a look there, these are the new actors playing the Queen and of course Prince Philip. Um, Stanton. Oh gosh, I forgot her first name. And well, Price, something Price. Fisher Price. Yeah, Fisher Price is playing Prince Philip, and Stanton, Candy Stanton. No, Candy Stanton was a disco singer, and Fisher Price is a game. Anyway, y'all know who they are. Those are the ones. See what happens when you get older. It starts running together on you. Fisher Price and Candy Stanton. Am I showing my age? I'm calling out disco queens instead of the queen, the actress playing the queen, and the Fisher Price. What are their names? I forget. Connie Balmer. You remember Candy Stanton? Young heart, run free. Da 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 da. Yeah, she made that song, Young Heart, Run Free. Oh, well. So, oh, sorry, Mary H. I know I need to stay focused on the task at hand, right? Oh, that's the wrong statin? Lauren says, uh, let me see, use pale beige, yellow, and a softer brown instead of black and white. And look at this. This is also black, and it's like, oh, I don't know. You know what? Let me try a background to my computer. Maybe if I do that, that'll help. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I need to change this too because, yeah, that black background, for some reason lately, it bothers my eyes. But yeah, I will try to change it because it does. I didn't really notice how hurtful it was until like maybe about a month ago. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to stop doing that. Have to use a pale background because the black lettering on the pale background is so much better. And thank you so much for your comment, Lauren. And thank you for being here, of course. Okay. Oh, Beverly Hardy, thank you for being here. Beverly wants to say hi to a few people. Okay. Let me see. I certainly have less respect for Daniel Craig, right? And you know who else, except an OBE or was it an MBE? What's the race car driver, Lewis Hamilton? Now, um, you know what? I'm not going to judge anybody. His mother wanted to go to Windsor Castle, and if your mom really wants to go, how do you say no? Um, yeah, and Lewis Hamilton being such an activist for certain causes, I was, I again, if it wasn't for Petal, I don't know if I would have thought about it twice. But again, Petal made so much sense when she said that it's like an implied ownership, and that they expect your loyalty in return. And I'm just like, oh my God, that is so true. Joanne Baker says, so you're telling me, Judi, that Randy Andy is not a damage to the institution? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put this in the right context. So you're telling me, Dame Judi, that Randy Andy is not a damage to the institution, or the horrendous treatment of Harry and Meghan isn't damage to the institution? Really, B? No, really, BS. Okay. That's better, BS. Let me see. Uh, Candy Stanton. Yeah, that's the one. She was a disco singer. Um, oh, thank you, Imelda Staunton. Imelda. I couldn't remember her name for nothing. And you know what's bad is that it's probably 2 slides away. I'm going to see her name and be like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Let me see. Oh yeah, Jersey. I'm gonna make sure I remedy this because I didn't know how bad it was bothering me until like a month ago, and I'm just like, yeah, this is a bit much. So now of course they brought out the big gun, cruelly unjust. The crown is crude and cruel. It must carry factual disclaimer as a mark of respect to Queen Elizabeth II, says Judi Dench. Uh, and who are you, Judi? Uh, uh, Do you sign anybody's paycheck over here? Judi Dench is, I guess, meddling in something that she ought not bother with. The Crown was facing some very financially tough times, just like, for instance, the tabloid media or even some of the television media. When they face tough times, they choose sensationalism over real journalism. So I'm going to give you an example of sensationalism. How about if we look no further than the Duke and Duchess of Sussex? They sensationalize every little thread that they can pull upon to use the name Harry and Meghan. It doesn't have to be true, it doesn't have to directly involve them, but somehow, uh, good and mostly bad, good and mostly inaccurate, good and mostly sensationalized, they will throw Harry and Meghan in there. So yeah, they do cover a lot of the great deeds that the Sussexes have done since they stepped away from that institution, but they also fan the flames of a lot of inaccurate and misleading information. And as long as they do that, they are making money. And that is just a constant. They make a lot of money from Harry and Meghan, and it seems to be no end to the amount of effort they go through to find something to talk about. And when the media wants to turn things off, like for instance, they have avoided the subject of Joe Biden's son's addiction problems and his alleged stolen laptop with a bunch of damaging information. Well, it was so damaging. Guess what we found out? We found out that Joe Biden, like any other father, worries about his child, and Joe Biden loves his child without any hesitation, without any limits. He loves his son and prays that his son will get help. So, in the attempt to embarrass the president of the United States, you done nothing but make him seem like a doling, loving father that he is. Someone who, like so many of us, has suffered with family members and drug addiction. um, Joe Biden is pretty much everybody in the country at some point. You are going to know, and you also love someone who has addiction issues. So they humanized him by trying to humiliate him. But who did that? Well, the Daily Mail, they are trying to cram those stories down our throats. So I wonder why Judi Dench doesn't insist on disclaimers about some of those um, super hyped up non stories. She doesn't seem to care that other people are hurt. So she goes to the very top of the pyramid in the social order. She goes to the very top. That, of course, meaning the royal family. That is who she wants to protect. She doesn't feel the need to protect other people, like the people, the should I say the small guy, the smaller person, the lesser paid and lesser appreciated people in society. I mean, where was Judi Dench when Carolyn Flack was being attacked by the media? Where was she at then? Did she care about Carolyn Flack? I wonder where she was at that point. But wherever she was or was not, all of a sudden she is morally outraged because people may have a misunderstanding about the royal family. Well, you know what? Okay, I don't use the language that's in my head right now, but I'm thinking it. Um, oh well, it's I can't. Okay. Yeah, there's no way I could even. Nope, I can't. All right, so I'm gonna move on. But it's something to do with tough. And if you can think of it, I'll say yay or nay, but it's something to do with tough. Okay. Oh, you gotta have friends. You gotta have friends. And what better friend is there for that royal family than Judi Dench today? Well, there's Judy and her good girlfriend. There's Judy and her good girlfriend. I mean, I look at the two of them and I'm just like, oh my goodness, they are. I didn't realize how close they were. I'm sure they call each other and have sleepovers and braid each other's hair and talk about boys and paint each other's toenails and all that kind of stuff. All of those things that one would do with a good girlfriend, right? So that's very sweet and everything, but um, oh man, so nobody's got it yet. Okay, well, that's okay. It's an old rhyme from grade school. Um and of course, you can't take Camilla anywhere. Camilla, of course, on so many occasions, Camilla has had juices and sauces and dips and other liquid forms of food running down her face, and this is no exception. I mean, even this occasion, and there's Judy offering her a sugar cube or something, but this just gives you an idea of how close they are, that they are out having ice cream and such. I mean, have you no dignity? You are literally licking the boots of royalty um, in the name of someone. Oh man. Survey says, okay, you're in there. You're in there. Oh man. I knew somebody would get it. But yeah, you're right on with that one. You're on the right track. There's a little bit more to it, as you know, but we'll leave it at that. How about that? Um for the sake of of good taste, we'll leave it there. But oh, I love you guys because you always know what I'm thinking. Oh man. Okay, so thank you, the Ultimate TV. Let's see. Have a super chat from Legs. Baron, did you see the woman on CNN panel discuss Megan's podcast? They did what the View should have done. No to get let me see, no to get sidetracked. Yeah, you know what? I did see that. I did see that. And if I can find it, I will play the audio here, but I did see that, and you're absolutely right. She did exactly what the View should have done, and I wish the View, especially since Megan is an American, and since Megan is being like constantly criticized and attacked on Australian and British television and maybe other places that we don't know of, because she's constantly being attacked. I wish that they would wage more of a defense for Megan, or the occasional, some type of consideration for her, instead of dead silence. And then when you do hear from Whoopi Goldberg, one of the squatties posted that image of Whoopi Goldberg with Ted Danson. I believe it was Ted Danson. I hope I got that right. But if I'm correct, I believe it was Ted Danson. And at the time, she was dating Ted Danson. And I guess Ted Danson went, well, I mean, well, I'm not guessing. I saw the photo, but he went to some, I think it was like a comedian roast of some sort. And if you guys Google it, Ted Danson blackface, guess who's uh, right by his side, showing a tacit approval and laughing out loud at the fact that Ted Danson is in blackface? None other than Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg is laughing right along with the joke as Ted Danson goes on a stage in blackface. Yep, and Whoopi Goldberg was there, laughing and grinning and smiling from ear to ear because at the time they were dating. Yeah, Ted Danson in blackface and Whoopi Goldberg showing some very pathetic approval of that situation. So, um, go figure. Go figure. I'm just saying, in the spirit of full disclosure, for the sake of public interest, as the tabloids always say, Ted Danson was in blackface, and Whoopi Goldberg seemed to be okay with it. She thought it was funny. She thought it was funny. So, um, for an what is it, EGOT winner, she sure is a big loser. Yep. Let me see here. Let me take a look at some of your comments. Let me see. You mean Mr. Whoopi? Don't you know which side? Now I'm not sure. I've heard rumors about that. Let me see. Joan Garcia says after that Whoopi dropped Ted, she said she didn't know he was going to do that. Oh, did she really not know? I mean, she was sitting there laughing. It's not like she walked out of the room or I remember when gosh, who was that on The View that time when she got up and walked off the stage? Well, she didn't walk away from that situation. She sat there and gave a little approval to it. So, yeah, I know that at some point they broke up, but oh man, how about that? How about that? How about that? What is wrong with her mouth? Is it so many folds? Is there so many folds that she doesn't know where to put the food? I mean, are there so many fissures or folds that she doesn't know where the food goes? I mean, honestly, I know there's a lot of lines, but you should know which one the food goes into. I mean, it's not over off to the side. It's not under the, well, let me see, where's her chin? Yeah, it's not under the chin. Oh no, what a lady. You guys, may I introduce to you Camilla, Queen Consort. That is the Queen Consort. Yes, that is the Queen Consort. Camilla, the Queen Consort, literally licking her sunglasses and her finger and I mean those little knobby knuckles of hers. This is the Queen Consort. It's no wonder to me that Lizzie needed something added to her tea in order to stomach what was coming. They had to, like, you know, give her a little something extra in order to ask people to show her the same respect as Queen Consort as you would anyone else. So I understand why she needed some fortification to make that speech. Oh man. Oh, let me go back here. Am I on the right one? Yes, I am. Okay, there we go. So anyway, I am very disappointed with Judi Dench. And let me see. Okay. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg, she now that she's moderator, I guess maybe, possibly, allegedly, along with the position of moderator, um, maybe there's that possibility that she is so much more restricted by what she can say as the moderator on The View. So maybe her position was much stronger when she wasn't the moderator, but now that she is, not that I'm making excuses for her, but maybe that's what the situation is. Oh, really? Oprah Winfrey did not invite Whoopi to that big dinner she gave, and everyone from Hollywood was invited but her. Remember, Baron? Oh, I remember. And I remember that Oprah, just before the show ended, she invited Whoopi on so that they could pretend like there wasn't any bad blood between them all those years. But one of the people who was noticeably absent from the many, and I do mean many, A-listers that made the trip to Chicago to go on the Oprah Winfrey Show, one person who was noticeably absent year after year was Whoopi Goldberg. Oprah never invited Whoopi on that show until that last season, like the last few shows, just to hash a few things out. But they had some type of misunderstanding. Joy, thank you so much for reminding me about that because I had totally forgot about it. But yes, I remember that, and I remember that show, and they claimed they didn't know what they what happened, that they weren't speaking to one another, but sorry about that, Lucy Wynn. Okay, so let's move on. All right. So yesterday we seem to have a lot of people who were troubled by the new article in Variety. I think basically you guys didn't like the photos, and I understand. So I just want to say one last time that the photo on the right was particularly edgy for a certain reason, for a certain vibe, for a certain message that was, the intention of the cut, right? And they, at the time when that article was created, the I think the writer was an African American woman, or she edited the story or whatever. So, yeah, not that that makes a difference, but I'm just saying that's just the fact. And so the cut was given access to our Duchess, and so that was a very kind of in your face article. A very long read, by the way, but it had a certain projection, right? And then the more recent Variety article seems to have taken a different turn. And so, yes, I understand that some of you guys were kind of taken back by the photos, and I could see why that is so. But I think that um, it should, we should give room for interpretation, not only to the Duchess of Sussex, but also to the magazines, the writer, editor, and such. Give them a certain consideration because we are just not privileged to the absolute conversations that were exchanged at that time. But you do have a lot of direct quotes from the Duchess of Sussex in the article, in the Variety article, and yeah, Kathy G. Both pictures work for me. Different vibe, right? And that's it. I think on the one hand you have that article, and then on the other hand you have the other. So what I guess I'm trying to say in such a roundabout way is just like people, there's room enough for all of us in this world, and there's room enough for both of these stories. So looking at them side by side, it is a stark difference, but I love them both equally. And as for the photos, again, I just want to say I'm so glad that Meghan had a chance to have some fun with that article, and that they showed a lot of the background photos. Things that normally would not make the cut seem to have made the cut. And I think it has made all the difference. So let's go through them really fast. Wait. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, there we have it. You have this one, right? And that, right? And that. Uh, Oh, let me see, Baron. Doesn't Megan's necklace kind of symbolize the neck shackles of her slave ancestors? She is showing how how she have escaped hell and now free and looking ahead to a brighter future. Okay, you know what? I'm so glad you said that, Black Queen, because let me tell you what my take is, and I have been keeping it to myself, but I'm going to share it with you now. The one on the left side, to me, I see that as a halo. I see this as a very angelic image, like an angel singing in a choir. It just seems very angelic, like a person who is at peace, right? And if you, take a a different, I guess, interpretation of it, the one on the right side to me is the one that says, I have fought like hell and I've survived. I'm still standing. That's what I get to the one on the right side. And on the left side, Lady Bird says no Photoshop needed. Yeah, the one on the left side is very angelic. It's like this is the real me, the unvarnished, and in the story, she says that I do this, I do that, I'm that. She just expressed herself as a nerd. So I think it's an expression of purity. And maybe that was the intention of the story, not directly from Meghan, but just that people would see her as a more honest, forthright character rather than someone who has been demonized. So the one on the right says, you better look out because you have thrown your worst at me and I'm still standing. And the one on the left says honesty, purity, love, compassion. And so I don't see it as any symbolism of, escaping or surviving slavery. I looked at it as a halo. And so I hesitated to say that because I don't know, it just seems, like I was grasping for something. And so I kept it to myself. But yeah, virtue, a lightness of being, that's what I got from the one on the right. So, but what I love about this exercise, Black Queen, and thank you so much for the super sticker because it gives everybody a chance to open it up for interpretation. So the other term I used was in your face with the one on the right side. And the one on the left side is just like, I'm happy, I'm free, I'm this angelic being and you know, um a certain serenity. I see serenity with that one. So, casting your eyes up is a look of optimism to me. You're looking up to a brighter future. And on the one on the right side is kind of like looking right through your soul. It's more engaged and direct. So that is my interpretation. So thank you so much, Black Queen, and thank you so much for the super sticker and being a member as well as a moderator. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Thursday to you. Okay, so let me do some scrolling here because you guys are coming in fast and furious, and I am super far behind. Okay. So Tonya Smith says when Charles disrespected the Black man by refusing to touch his hand, the damage was done. Can't blame the Sussexes for that. Amen. Thank you so much and for being a member. Let me see. Whoopi sold her soul for her job. She is not the same. She apologized, got suspended, and said, yes, sir, no, sir. Don't expect her to stand up for Meghan. She can't. Uh, I stopped watching. No fan of hers. I understand, J. Matt, and I too haven't watched The View consistently for quite some time. Yes, thank you, Joyce Vos. It does cover a very strong field, such a strong field. The Variety article is the best was the best. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yes, thank you, Lauren. That's what I said. It gave me Halo, but I can see what Black Queen is talking about as well. I could see that too. I mean, it leaves it open for interpretation, and I think that was the point. As a matter of fact, I said that to someone yesterday, is that maybe the point of it is that it is subject to interpretation, and it does engage us into this dialogue where we can decide for ourselves which version of the story that we're actually seeing from each of the magazines. So love both photos. Let me see. One is not going to break me down. The other one, yeah, okay. The one on the right, is it not going to break me down? And the other is I'm Prince Harry's. I'm sorry, I'm Prince Harry's princess and loving it. Both are incredible and are beautiful. Thank you, Mary H. Tells me that Meghan was not afraid of the Derangers. Yes, yes. The one with the cut says, I'm not afraid of the Derangers. Absolutely. Thriving and happy. Both show her strength. Oh, Marsha, thank you so much for that. I love that too. Okay. I'm so glad that we're continuing this conversation. And you know what, guys, from the responses that I see here, it appears to me that we all have kind of taken a moment to step back and think about these a bit more. Um, because yesterday I think things were a little more one or the other, and today it seems like people are a little more open about possibilities with either of these photos. So, but all in all, we all have different interpretations, so that is very cool. It said the storm is behind. Oh, yes. Baron, I think the photo on the left shows that the storm is behind her. Exactly. It does kind of look like a stormy sky. And there she is, undeterred, not the least bit shaken by it. Look at the brightness in the clouds. A new day is dawning. Oh, Cynthia, it sounds like you got a song there. Look at the brightness in the clouds. A new day is dawning. Oh, Cynthia, I think you have a song there. I think you ought to set a melody to that. Look at the brightness in the clouds. A new day is dawning. Oh, I love that. Okay, thank you so much for that, Cynthia. Good observation. Let me see here. Cameron Rangery says, good observation. I think I'm just too protective. Great photo points on the cover. Use Baron. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. Let me see. Shades of blue I could see. All right. So if the backgrounds were shades of blue, I could see what you are saying. That background looks like storm clouds. Well, but then again, okay, the one on the left side, I see gold. I see a golden sky. And yes, I do see the kind of storm clouds. And let's be clear about this. I think that the what's behind her may possibly be a focusing technique where perhaps the greens, whatever trees or shrubs or whatever, there must have been like golden sunlight pouring through. And by using a focusing effect, I'm pretty sure that is the way they created that. But maybe not. It may be something that was, placed after the fact. So, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Golden light through trees or whatever is what I'm seeing. But I may be wrong. Uh, thank you, Jan Martin. All right. And all right, Judy Rigo. All right, telling me I've been through hell. I'm catching hell living here alone. Mm. Now, see, certain words remind me of songs, so you have to be very careful, Judy. Um, you have to be very careful because I am triggered by certain language, and suddenly I find myself thinking of something from the old school. So, but thank you so much for your comment. Let me see. Let me see. Cindy Mams says, I have to give credit. I'm sorry, I have to give Megan credit. I could never take the abuse from all sides of these photos are like her saying, try me. I'm winning this game of life. Love her. Yes, thank you so much, Cindy. Okay. Oh, yeah. Ethereal. I would say so, yes. The variety pick looks very relaxed and almost ethereal. It does. It has a certain like mystical quality about it, and almost like some type of sequence of a I don't know, I'm thinking like not a Disney movie, but just kind of I don't know which movie I'm thinking of, but you know how when you go to another time, place, and dimension and everything, like the sky is very different from anything that you would ever see here on Earth. And that's what I see. So yes, ethereal is a very good way to put it. All right. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, I am gonna scroll, and I'm looking onward. I love that. Let me get through these kind of quick. Several from stack of photos she liked the most cover. All right, that makes sense that she just chose the one she liked the most. And you know what? Even after she made that choice, they may have gone back and edited something in and out of it. Maybe she liked a particular pose or gaze, and then they have gone back and changed something. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me say I have to you okay, I have to have realized when it comes to pics of celebrities, it will not always be on point. Like, oh, this is a great point of view, BJ Jones. Like Vice President Harris bold cover, Simone Biles, not enough light for her cover. Depends on photographer's skill. Very, very true. Yes, that is very true. And that's why I just said you may like the photo, like um, Vice President Harris loved the photo with the Chuck Taylors, but she didn't like it to be a cover photo. You know, if you are going to go on Vogue, you certainly don't want to have your cover photo. At least I know that's not what she planned, but somebody thought, oh, this is just too cute for words. And that's how it happened. So, all right, you guys, I think we need to push on. But thank you all so much for your comments. And as Sherry and Sade would say, thank you for clicking on my channel. Oh, she's on here, is she? Thank you for clicking on my channel. I don't want to give the poor girl a complex. I respect her work too much for that, but I think she's just wonderful. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys have a bunch of comments here. Let me scroll. Let me see here. Oh, cookies and cream. I see you're ready to take it to the mat. I don't blame you. Okay, let me go. All right, so this is the very last comment. I wonder how would Camilla's photo come out? Um, well, it depends if it's with food or without. Oh, you know what? I did promise that we would go through these very fast. Okay, let's do it. So, oh, wait, there we go. So there's this one. Now, I added backgrounds that I thought would help to highlight the photos. So these backgrounds are my doing. There's another one. I love this right here. This is so casual and fun. I love that. All right. And then there's this. Again, you could see what I mean about the focus? I thought that it may be an issue or no, well, not an issue, but editing the light that is behind her. And as you can see with the photo on the right side, which I think that would have made a great cover photo, you could see how the light is pouring through the trees behind her. And so you can kind of see here and then take a look there. See what I mean? So I think it was not storm clouds, but I think it was a matter of playing with the focus. See there? And then this a parachute. Now that may be symbolic of escape in Narnia, as though you had to jump on the back of a I guess what is that plane? The C3 transport plane, or is it the C something 7 transport and escape Narnia? I had to literally strap on a parachute to get out of that place, to get away from that institution, as though it took some Green Berets to come and rescue this American from the royal family. Oh, the C-130. Thank you so much, Sharon Davis. And good on you knowing. Oh, and you too, Black Queen. Well, Black Queen, I should have known that you would know. Let me see. And Marcia Ware, very good. The C-130. Okay. But yeah, so it was obviously a military transport, probably in the dark of night. Meghan and Harry went out to the garden to pretend as though they were, I don't know, having a marshmallow or something. And then suddenly some Green Berets came in there and snatched them up and bundled them to a transport plane and had them strap on their parachutes. So that way the radar wouldn't show that they stopped in over Canada. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just my amateur guess of what the parachute is symbolic of. And also, I think a lot of fun. Okay, Lynette Roberts, thank you so much for the super sticker and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And happy Thursday to you. And thank you for being a member. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, and oh, let's see. All right, let's go to this one. See again, the play with the light. So I don't know what tool was used to do that, but as someone who loves photography, occasionally I can kind of pick up on how things are done. But it doesn't mean that the storm cloud thing is inaccurate. I'm just saying that that is probably how they were able to create that effect. But I love this photo right here. That is very dreamscape. Oh man, beautiful, beautiful photo. And of course, I don't know that this was actually in the article. I can't remember, but I love anything casual Sussex. And this right here. And you guys know that they are so desperate to find anything to talk about that they have compared Megan's smile to Julia Roberts as though that's something that she's been working on. Well, you know what? If that is what I would be accused of, that I was like, for instance, let's say that in some parallel universe, not reality because I couldn't make it so, but what if I could like pass myself off as, I don't know, Idris Elba or something, and that I was practicing a Idris pose or laugh or something, and suddenly I look like somebody's A-lister, then I'm like, okay, I'll have that. I'll have that. But yeah. So yeah, that's one of my favorites also. Let's see. The photo on the right is light. Let me see. Lightly, they held up a flower to the. Oh, okay. Likely, they held up a flower to the lens, and the depth of focus changes. It changes them to blurs. Okay, got it. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, thank you. Oh, Gail Tapscott, member for 2 months. Thank you so much for that. So glad that I noticed that. I appreciate it. Oh, and thank you, Lauren, for your comment. Patricia Lane says, I believe Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan have seen the light of living their best life without anyone holding them back or stopping their future endeavors. Full speed ahead. Thank you, Patricia Lane, and thank you for being a member. Ah, thank you, Tamiko Hinman. I agree. Beautiful photos. Okay, so I'm going to do a big scroll again because quite a few comments have come in. And the absolute last comment is Megan's broad smile shows just how much she is happy. Amen. Thank you, Lucy Wynn. All right. And then there's this. As they say, it takes a village. And yes, there's a whole crew that managed to keep everything quiet about this photo shoot because there are no leaks in Montecito. All right, no leaks. None. And of course, there's that one. And that's that for those photos. Back over here to my other slides for today. Oh, yeah, I saw one of the squatties put this together. Now, what they did was they just added all four of the photos and it created this pattern. So what I did was take the four photos individually and just put a pattern together into one photo. So yeah, I love that. Great wallpaper for your computer or whatever. So very, very cool. Yes, and no Botox, because we all know what Botox does to a human's face. Um, Not to say that this person has used that, but I'm saying it could have that effect if a person used it. But as we know, I don't have any evidence that there was any used here, lawyers that may be listening. So I'm going to say clearly, I have no evidence. No one has said otherwise that I'm aware of. There has been no speculation therein, but I'm saying that even if this person hasn't used it, which I don't know if they have or have not, but if they could have possibly used it, then this could have been the effect of something that they may or may not have used, or may or may not have used in the past, or may or may not um, anyway, I'm just trying to say I don't know. Oh man. Okay, so here you go. Betterup. CEO Alexei Robichaud and Reid Hoffman are about to take the stage at Masters of Scale Summit, to discuss why leaders need to focus on their mental fitness. Any guess who might be joining them for a surprise? I don't know. Charles Nelson Riley? I don't know. Oh, that would be awkward because he passed away some time ago. Um, gosh, I don't know. F. Murray Abraham? No, I don't know. I know Prince Harry. Prince Harry is going to join on the stage. As I said, I love anything casual Sussex, and this is a great image of casual Sussex. Harry living his best life and also earning quite a living just by being wonderful. And so here's a few images from that night. You can see Harry over there on the left, and there Harry is on the right with Robichaud and whoever the other guy is. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Come on, Tyler. I did not know that. So I don't know if there is a video available or not. Andrew, Andrew. No, it wasn't Andrew. Um, you got jokes. No, it wasn't Andrew, the sick old man. Um, okay, let's see what that summit was all about. Oh man. Okay, Prince Harry makes surprise appearance in San Francisco. Okay, the Duke of Sussex, who was called the ritzy Santa Barbara Enclave, I'm sorry, who has called the ritzy, why do they even have to talk about Montecito? The Duke of Sussex, who lives in, why, I'm not even going to chat or change that. The news was broken Wednesday on Twitter by Financial Times reporter Dave Lee, who revealed, oh, Dave Lee, is that one of those reporters that I'm not keen on for reporting on the Sussexes? I kind of think so. Who revealed that Harry was there to speak about mental health, an issue he has advocated for since his wife Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, inspired him to seek help. The prince opened up about his personal experience of growing up without a therapist. He reportedly told the audience that during his time in the royal family, or as Harry referenced to it, my previous job, he never heard the word therapy or coaching, reported People magazine. Let me see. Then the blinker came off, and I'm sorry, yeah, the blinker. Okay, they say blinker, we call them blinders. So the person who wrote this story, I think, is English. Then the blinkers came off, and his life changed. Tweeted Doran Webb, vice president of the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, who was at the conference. I have a coach. I wish I had too, Harry reportedly added. Little is yet known about where Harry may be staying in San Francisco. We don't need to know if Harry, oh my God. I knew it was something about this reporter I didn't like. Little is known about where he's staying in San Francisco. It's unclear if he is joined by Meghan. That ain't none of your business, punk. Okay. In a recent interview with Variety, Meghan revealed that the couple have adapted that is, quickly to California life and even enjoy the iconic fast food chain In and Out. Okay, I don't think I like this person. I'm done. Why does it matter that they're from Montecito? Why does it matter where he's staying? Why does it? All I'm saying is why. You see, sometimes I don't even know that I don't like a reporter. And I'm not saying that this is someone I truly don't like, but I'm getting a feeling that this is someone who had an article in the past that may have rubbed me the wrong way. And when I said his name, I got triggered. And so then all of a sudden my guards went up because it's just the way we have to do things in the Sussex squad is that your guards go up because um you know what I mean? Because that's all I'm saying. Oh, thank you so much, Baron. You're like a cross between Denzel Washington, Valtron on the Fresh Prince, or let me see, what is that? Hot and hubby material. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me see. Now I'm like, let me put some Carmex on because I'm sitting here grinning. I'm about to split my dry lips. Okay, yeah, that's better. Don't want to split my lip again today. But thank you so much for the nice comment. Let me see. Connie Bomber says Baron would be a great comedian and actor, not much of a singer. The producer, he talks well. Thank you, Connie Bomber. And you know what? I am going to agree with you. You've seen my production skills right here on Royal Sussex. Oh, oh, Marcy Foreman. You know what? I didn't want to go through the trouble, but yes, I have a few of those photos saved where poor Kate's eyebrow is okay, the left brow is somewhere in the middle of her scalp, and then the right eyebrow is somewhere down on her shoulder. So, yes, I have a few of those photos that I saved, and every so often I roll them out just to be shady. Oh man, and for no other purpose than shade. I wish I could say it had some redeeming social value, but it does not. It is pure shade when I roll those out. A way of passing the time of day, if you will. Um Oh man. At least I'm honest about it, right? I mean, I could pretend otherwise, like there's something about them that upsets me so much. No, it don't even take that. It's just shade. But thank you so much. Joy Armour says Baron, Meghan, and Harry got so many guardian angels protecting them. True, true. Thank you. Thank you, Cameron Roundtree. Thank you. Yeah. Well, you guys, I promise every day I try to do my best because that is what you guys deserve because you guys are always so supportive and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So, um, but yes, let me see here. Go to the next one here. There's another one. Oh, I love this one right here. Love this right here. Now, let me see again. Okay, yeah, Harry is wearing a dark shirt. I don't know what it is about this photo that's so cool. I just love that Harry is smiling, engaged in conversation, working his day job, and taking care of himself. All of this is what's that pure, unadulterated shade is good for the soul. Okay, Lady Bird, you're gonna make me go and find those photos, and I don't want to do that right now, but oh man, I'm so tempted. Okay, all right, so let's go here. Here are some of the fashions that I'm sorry, that were used for that occasion. Like for instance, the blue dress and the green dress. There's the earring, and I think that is a bracelet. No, that's a ring but I have a list of them here. So outfits: Jason Wu, wrap print, high low balloon medi dress, and of course the Carolyn Herrera strapless what is that cascading drape? Oh, let me see here. Yes, got it. So Herrera's on the right, and Jason Wu is on the left. Got it. And let me see. The Amina Maudie, Adriana, metallic cross stiletto. Oh, that's the shoes. Yeah. Well, let me see. You can't see the shoes in this photo. But yeah, okay. So, but I think you guys have seen it already. And then what else? In this super small print, Mondo, aquamarine, and gold jelly drop earrings. All right. So that's it right there. All right, that's the earring. Now, I would be interested to see the name of the choker. Let's see what it is. Let me see. Jennifer Fisher choker. So, you know what? I was wondering if it would have the name Halo choker, but it doesn't. It just says choker. So, there goes that theory. Let me see. But it could have been used still to symbolize a uh, halo. Cartier love bracelet. Now, which one is the love bracelet? Okay, so that's not the bracelet. Nope, that didn't mean to go there yet. Oh, that's duh. The bracelet is right here on the same page. Oh man, so that's the bracelet. All right. And I think I should have planned this a little better. There goes my amazing production skills and the Kiri Kartum 2 stack ring in gold. Okay. Do you guys see a stack ring? Because I don't see one. Stack ring? No, I don't see a stack ring. Uh, oh, is that it? No, that is the orb ring with black onyx in gold something. Okay, so I didn't see a stack ring. And then let me see here. The globe off cup bracelet. Well, maybe that's the bracelet right there. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could go and look at some of those photos of Megan, but let me see. Eh, it's been built up too much. Let me move on. And the gold cosmopolitan hoop earrings. Okay, anyway, that is a list of the fashions. Hope that was helpful. If not, let me see. Old cringy vampires in palace. That's why nobody likes emails at 5 a.m. Old cringy vampires. I like that. Um, right, right. I'm telling you, I'm getting such a kick out of anything and everything casual Harry and Meghan. I do. I get a kick out of it because it just lets me know that they have moved on and that they are happy. Okay, so we're done with that. And let's talk about this person here. If the wrong nail polish color once had the protocol police bringing, okay, let me see, just to make sure, bringing back the Salem witch hunt. If the wrong nail polish once had the protocol police bringing back the Salem witch trials, surely the royal family member eating raw kangaroo anus on TV for a check should result in a full media meltdown, right? Um, well, first of all, where does one find raw kangaroo anus? And why would one? Oh, I see the check. Okay, got it. Thank you. So apparently, in order to do some of those reality shows, one is obliged to eat raw kangaroo anus. Raw kangaroo anus. If someone would have told me this morning when I woke up, at some point today, do you realize you are going to mention raw kangaroo anus? I wouldn't have believed him. I would probably try to say it in a more posh and more erudite manner by saying raw kangaroo anus. But anyway, oh man. Raw kangaroo anus. Anyway, but I guess if you want to check, that's what you do. All right, so these photos have nothing to do with Omid Scobie's post. I added those photos on my own. Like, for instance, Zara the tongue ring Tendo, and of course, this other image of Zara, which was once used in reference to her driving at, I think it was 89 miles per hour during the pandemic. Hello, let me see. Oh, good night, Baron, and my fellow squatties. Thank you so much, Lynette Robertson. Thank you for staying up with us. Sorry about the late stream tonight, but I really appreciate you being here. Thank you, and good night from Royal Sussex. Yes, Omid was coming in with the hot tea. Omid is like um, I guess, cutting up these days. So, all right. So here is the story right here that Omid wrote. Zara and Mike Tyndall regularly cash in on their royal status. So why aren't the usual critics outraged? Why aren't they outraged? Because after all, the reference about the raw kangaroo anus has to do with Mike Tyndall's appearance on Get Me Out of Here. And also, Zara Tendo is doing ads for an outerwear company. So both of them are cashing in on their relation to the royal family and, of course, the queen. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, it's Must Outdoors. Must Two Outdoor. Is that the name of the company? Introducing Must Two Ambassador Zara Tendo as the face of our autumn winter 2022 Marina collection. Having worked with Musto, is it Musto. Having worked with Musto in and out of the saddle for the last 15 years, Zara has an eye for style and comfort. Zara chose her favorite lifestyle pieces from our new Marina collection and tells us about the importance of spending time outdoors with her family, including her love for adventure stems back to her childhood. Well, that's very interesting. And to oblige her, we are going to pay her for telling us about her love for the outdoors, and we'll probably gift her all of the clothes that were used for the ad that she created with them. And then, of course, Mike Tendo with his I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, or get me out of here, whatever. So I don't know if he's going to be required to eat raw kangaroo anus, but I wouldn't bet against him doing that. I have nothing else to say that would be crude, so I'll keep it to myself. All right. But let's see. I wonder if there's anybody else that has let me see here. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that we know that may have appeared in any of those I guess reality shows. Can you guys think of anyone? Let me see. Which is really so sad. The people with the hate channels, they have like, especially Lady C. As far as I'm concerned, that's a hate channel. And Lady C routinely gets some huge numbers of people who wake up with this desire to hate. I don't understand that. The Fox network here in the US, it's not as though they have. Okay, so yes, that is someone I could think of who's been on a reality show.
Nobody got time for that.
So there you have it. They are going to join the ranks of Lady C and he is, and do a reality show. So I'll be looking forward to him and his raw kangaroo anus. Bon appetit. And you guys, as you guys know, um, one of my favorite punchlines these days. Um, oh, Paul Burrell too. That's right. Well, one of my favorite punchlines now lately has been Liz Truss. But you guys, I don't know if you realize that there's someone else at number 10. Liz Truss is not the only person that is a lot of fun at number 10. There is the chief mouser to the cabinet office, 15-year-old Tabby, waiting my fifth prime minister unofficial, Larry the Cat. Larry the Cat has survived absolutely all types of debauchery at the number 10 Downing Street. And so Larry the Cat has decided to take his place on the world stage, and he is going to throw his hat into the bidding to be the new prime minister. Yes, the king has asked me to become prime minister because this nonsense has gone on long enough. So Larry the Cat may actually decide to throw his hat in. I guess he's made his decision. And so coming soon, Larry the Cat as the new prime minister. Well, I mean, he couldn't do any worse, could he? He couldn't do any worse. So there you have it, Larry the Cat. Um, Christopher Bosey has pointed out, so now Megyn Kelly is getting on the anti-Meghan Markle bandwagon. Well, I have noticed that Megyn Kelly recently has had one negative comment after the other. Meghan Markle rise and lies and Stacey Abrams vulnerabilities with whatever it is. And then, of course, Georgia Black and Latino voters turning to GOP and Stacey Abrams. Okay, and then it's what is that? Why our culture is to blame for Meghan Markle's current persona, something, something. The obsession with college and alarming numbers of young. Okay, that's not related. Let me see. Megyn Kelly. Uh, Many lies of Meghan Markle on Duchess. I think she's talking about the podcast. Meghan Markle constant need to portray herself as a victim. Meghan Markle's latest Deal or No Deal complaint. She knew, blah, 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 blah. So, yes, it is true. Christopher Bosey is pointing that out. Well, you know what? I think that with so many of those people on the right wing, there is some type of financial incentive that is, I'm not going to say under the table. I don't know that to be true, but there's some type of financial incentive that is given, whether it's gifts or otherwise, for them to target a particular person, or maybe they're just plain nasty people with pretty bad intentions. But either way, I think it stinks. After just 45 days in office, Liz Truss is eligible to collect a yearly £115,000 allowance for the rest of her life. Hello, caller, are you there? Caller, you say. I used to love when Oprah would say that. Hello, caller, are you there? Caller, you say. That was when she used to have people call into her show like Phil Donahue. But yes, she gets £115,000 allowance for the rest of her life. This is something that started with Margaret Thatcher, because Margaret Thatcher was kind of broke when she left number 10. She didn't have much money. And so they wanted to make sure that she lived in fitting comfort for the rest of her life. So that is when that started. But let's go through some of the oldies but goodies. Like, for instance, oh yes, Elaine Parker, you did mention that. And I thank you for that. But there you can see someone has sorry about that, gone through the trouble on Twitter to make sure that everybody knows it. So now I have a fitting slide to go along with it. But as per usual, thank you ever so much, and thank you for being a member. All right, so there was that first meeting with Prince Charles as the person who shook hands with his mother. And then 2 days later, well, anyway, I won't go into all the gory details. I know I'd step down for 115K too. But yeah, so there she is, doing a little curtsy for him, or about to charge him and headbutt him. I'm not sure which is applicable. And of course, if you guys remember, they said only Cameron can save Britain. And vote May or face disaster. Or we face disaster. Down but not out. Why we must put faith in Boris. And then, of course, the tabloids cram this down our throat. Or, well, I don't live there. Put faith and trust to deliver for Britain. And, well, as you can see, wrong, 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 wrong. And then, of course, there is my favorite, the gargoyle. Yes, at one glance, I looked at her and I'm like, holy Notre Dame, where have I seen that face before? Mother of Notre Dame, it is Liz Truss. And then there's this ominous image that was created by one of the tabloids Love that. You can see the storm clouds. And then, of course, there is Curtain, as he curiously looks upon Liz Truss. And of course, if you were sitting up that close and you saw this, wouldn't you have that look on your face? For some reason, that expression on her face and everything, it's like some evangelist. I feel like I'm looking at an evangelist. I don't know why, but I look at someone selling salvation and not necessarily a prime minister in the year 2022. And her curious fashion choices, like for instance, this sci-fi futuristic, what is that? It says dictator chic. Why did Liz Truss wear the same outfit as a fictional fascist? Interesting question. I'm not sure. And of course, I noticed Sunday Times have now changed this to Liz Truss advised Charles to stay away. This is what it said earlier. Liz Truss orders King Charles to stay away from the COP27 climate summit. I think that was her best moment right there. Everything else may have been pretty bonkers, but I think her best moment was when she told Prince Charles to sit down somewhere. And then, of course, as the rain falls and the night grows cold, Liz Truss is out of a job. And of course, there is another one, Children of the Corn. That was my first impression of her, as well as this image of Liz Truss compared to Children of the Corn. But there was someone named Marky P who looked at Liz Truss and said, "Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood." And of course, that's the lyrics from Thriller. So that's the impression that he had of Liz Truss. I say Children of the Corn. He says Thriller. And of course, there she is on the left looking like a deranged Anna Bates from Downton Abbey, or that time she turned into a bat and flew away. And then there is the comparison to olive oil, which I think is pretty accurate too. She does kind of give you olive oil. And there is, I don't know if that's supposed to be a witch's hat or what. And there she is wearing, what's his name? Oh gosh, the guy from Saturday Night Live, the one that was dating Kim K. Anyway, that's one of his outfits. And this one comparing her to Mrs. Chucky or whatever. And of course, it started with this meme, number 10 redecorated in preparation for Liz Truss' arrival. And then as a Dalek rather, and one of those pop-up toys. So that's it, you guys. I am so done for today. Thank you all for joining us here on Royal Sussex. Yes, the rain pours, the skies grow cold and dark, and Liz Truss is £115,000 richer. So in just what, 9 years, she's going to get over £1 million allowance for her efforts. That's a lot of money to give someone to wreck the economy. Oh, you're getting that Paula White vibe, huh? Is Liz Truss giving you that Paula White? Oh man. Well, it was fun. I have to say it was fun. But good night, you guys. Thank you so much for staying up. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. And just remember,
Nobody got time for that.
ain't nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. All right. So I will see you guys. I am going to take a last comment, and I'm going to Ginge Avenge, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm not going to come back because I am entertaining and I don't want to be rude. So thank you all so much. And thank you all for your generous contributions. What is word wrong? What is word? What is wrong with me tonight? Thank you all for your generous contributions. Oh, by the way, you guys, I made a red velvet cake for my aunt today. Um, of course, it was Duncan Hines, but I used the recipe where it says to add oil, but along with the oil, I added about 2 tablespoons of butter. And every bite, you can taste the ever so subtle hint of butter in that light, delicious, creamy, smooth uh, cream cheese icing red velvet cake. Ooh, that was good. So, yeah. And of course, being a good host, I let her take at least half of it home with her, but she was quite surprised by my effort. And anyway, it was fun. And I love doing it. And I love my aunt. So that was a lot of fun. But yes, I thought to myself, this cake really needs a little butter. So that's what I did. I found a way to add just a little softened, um, what is that, Carago butter? That Irish butter? Yeah, I used that very good, rich, delicious Irish butter. And so, yeah, she was quite surprised. And of course, since I made it for her, you would think that I would have just given her the entire cake. But I said, no, it ain't like that. It ain't like that. So I gave her half of it, right? And then, of course, I said farewell. So, boy, I tell you, you guys are running up out of here faster than I could even say red velvet red velvet cake enriched with butter. But all right, you guys, thank you. And I will see you all tomorrow. And so the last comment, oh, yes, Kerrygold, right? That is the one, Kerrygold butter. It is an Irish butter. It's called Kerrygold, and it is amazing. So make sure you get the spelling right, Kerrygold butter, and it is made with an Irish recipe. So good. You know, guys, you may eat Land Lakes or something from the generic aisle. What's great about Kerrygold is that you can use just a little bit of it, and especially, like, let's say you got some French bread, you can take that baguette and just smear a little bit of that Kerrygold on it. And ooh, talk about some good eating. So, but again, thank you all. And I'm looking for a last comment for tonight. And then we are going to, you know what? I'll leave it here with Harry because I love to see Harry happy. Good night, Sharon Augustine. Don't forget that Kerrygold butter. Bye. Let me see. Baron, please give Auntie the whole cake next time. I gave her enough. I gave her 2 slices and then one to share with assorted company at her house. Oh my goodness, but it was so good. So next time you guys bake a cake, remember just add about 2 tablespoons, soften, slice of that Kerrygold, and I'm telling you, it's like a subtle hint but ever present, buttery, light, creamy, tasty. Oh well. All right, you guys. Last word of the day is all right. I'll take this one. Enjoy you, Baron and Squatties to the moon and back. Thank you, Alicia Sykes. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Good night, one and all, and let's ginge avenge our way out of here. And I will. Oh, I almost forgot. Almost forgot our faves, our Queen of Hearts and our Queen of Everything. Okay, that did that. And let me find the Ginger Avenger. I gotta change these photos for Ginger Avenger, and I will soon, but not sure exactly when, but it is coming. Thank you for clicking on my channel.